Says we're live. What's going on? There we go. God, that was like a 20-second delay. The world's happening. There we go. There we go. Now maybe it's just feeling finicky. There's that. So see here, gonna see if a few more people jump on. Wanted to get this in before my man Jay Barry went live. Jay Barry, I think, is going live at 10:30 a.m. So we'll go check that out. I will be playing Ghost of Tsushima or Madden or something like that. So I think with Madden, I'm using the Bengals. I just went to 5-4-1. With what I was able to do on Madden was I downloaded the draft class of this year, and I'm using them on Madden. And Madden football, Madden that comes out this year, I don't know how they did the rookie ratings because the rookies haven't played yet. So, but what's going on, people? I'm waiting for a few more to pop in. It's early Sunday morning. What's up, the REC? How are you doing, young man? Appreciate you supporting the podcast. Hit me up on PSN anytime you want if you see me on there. Lincoln Clay, what's happening, brother? What is going on, Lincoln? Certainly hope you're doing all right. Hope you and your family are doing well this Sunday. So, yeah. So, and what, how's that Iron Man VR, Lincoln? Have you played it yet? And what do you think about it out of 10? What do you think about it? So, just asking. But yeah, we got a lot of subjects to go over here. I had a bunch of stuff I had to put in. We got Phil Spencer sending out an S.O.S. like ABBA. We got Xbox Go being phased out allegedly. Yeah, there's going to be no PS5 surprise orders, thank goodness, and more update on that Unreal 5 PS5 game demo that we saw. So yeah, add me on PSN. We got a bunch of news that came out. So yeah, but we'll get into it here in a minute. First, let me go get some libation. There we go. I also want to give a big shout out to Marlin Gaming Nation. We did a podcast with him yesterday. I'm a member on his panel. I'm on every other Saturday because I work every other Saturday. Now that's changing in August. I don't know why, but for some reason they gave me some Saturdays off. Probably because they know I'm a big college football fan. So pretty much the first 1, 2, 3 weekends in August, I'm off. So yeah, I'll be able to do them all next in August. We'll check it out though. Check it out. So Iron Man VR gets a 7 out of 10. Kind of repetitive. Okay, that's cool. What's up, Super Looming Hyena? Shout out to you, brother. Now, Jay Barry is going live now. It says 10:30 on my thing. Why did Jay Barry? He's doing his Ghost of Tsushima impression. So yeah, we're kind of going opposite of each other. But shout out to my man, Jay Barry. But as you can see, there's Super Lumen High. I did finally get to the Discord and download it, which you did. So I do appreciate it, bro. Let me know if you want something for it. I do appreciate it. I use it as a background. And on Friday, I think on Friday, let's see here. What is it, the 24th? Maybe on Friday, I'm going to use it as my background for StreamYard. So I do appreciate it. Ice Queen Gaming, how are you doing, young lady? Shout out to the members that have come by. Shout out to you. So Super Blue Heights said he's loving Ghost so far. Yeah, now I got to the part where I guess where they leave that first town. It's kind of a tutorial. I got out of that town, and that scene where if you go back to the beginning of the game, I'm not spoiling nothing here. The scene where you're fighting, I guess it was your uncle, where he's training when you're a little boy. This the color palette. It's like, my God. I mean, that thing in HDR, that is wonderful. And if you don't know, Ghost of Tsushima has a performance mode that I think locks it at 30. And it has a resolution mode, which is 1800p. So and I don't know if it's 1800p true 4K. I'm not saying that it's not. Okay, I'm over the whole resolution thing. It's taken me a while just to get over it, but it is what it is. So, oh, thanks, Super Lumen Hyena. Appreciate it, bro. Well, I do appreciate it, just so you know. Yeah, so it's it is what it is. I do appreciate people that do things like that. I have no idea how to create stuff like that. See, it's good. You all, my generation, we grew up, we had like basic A, we learned basic computer writing, and we learned basic Word Perfect and Word Star. That you all don't have that anymore. Like you all have Word Perfect already built into your programming. There was a program called Word Star. There was Word Perfect. There was Lotus. That all that was separate. Now you all have it in one big thing. It's all part of your Windows program. So, but yeah, the world of Tsushima is stunning. Yeah, just like that was the early buzz. Was that, remember? So the part I'm at, you pick your horse, and yeah. But I like the game. I'm enjoying the game. The characters seem real cool. I am going to go back. I'm going to do 3 playthroughs. I'm going to do my normal playthrough in English. I am going to do the playthrough in Japanese with the subtitles. And then I'm going to do another playthrough in black and white in Japanese subtitles. So that, I think, would be cool as hell. So, yeah. We had what in 2003? Yeah, well, I'm talking about stuff that was happening in the 90s, late 80s, early 90s. So, but again, there was a time when nobody understood editing software. Now you all can do self-editing. You have to understand, 10 years ago, people weren't doing that. Like if you went to Hollywood and you knew how to edit the programming, like you all know how to do that now, and you all just learn it. Okay, it's just part of what you're doing. It's not like you take a special class. You all just know how to do it. It's like if you go to an iPhone store, an Apple store, you'll see some little kid in there, 5, 6 years old. They know how to work those. I don't know how they know how to do it. It's like they instinctively just understand how that technology works. So, but again, my generation, again, it created the technology. You all's generation is improving on it, and that's what's supposed to happen. So shout out to everybody that's doing that. So yeah. Lincoln Clay, the ageless Wonder One in the house. What is happening, my brother? So yeah, but I personally think Sony has finished strong this generation with Ghost of Tsushima. So let's get into the podcast here. Shout out to everybody that's here. Shout out to everybody that will be listening later. And so, yeah, but shout out to Marlin Gaming Nation for that podcast. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it. Let's start with the, if you all don't know this about the Unreal Engine, and this came out on July 14th. I did not see this until yesterday. But I don't know if this may surprise you all. I'm talking about that Unreal Engine demo that we saw running on PS5. It says that they can render it at 60 FPS on PS5. Now, again, this is not me saying this. This is the developer saying this. So, so it's so I guess what they showed was last month. And what's up, Rice Eater 79? But in case you all, this is the Unreal Engine demo that was running at had 8K textures. It was running at 1440p, and it was running 30 FPS. Well, according to the developer, again, according to Epic Games, the people that created the demo, it says it can easily render a million high poly objects at 60 FPS with their Unreal Engine. So this is good to know. Because again, because they're trying to sell their engine. Let's just be 100% honest here. They are trying to sell their engine, but knowing that you can go ahead and if you have the PS5, render what we saw, render what we saw at 60 frames a second if you want to, and it says it can do it easily. So again, that's fine. I mean, I think this is great news. So you like the thumbnail? Cool. Yeah, that was created by Super Looming Hyena, and yeah, Super Looming Hyena he's got a talent there, doesn't he? So I do like the thumbnail. Yeah, that's the official thumbnail now. I will use that all the time. So shout out to Super Looming Hyena. Not only is he a member, and I don't know how long it took him to create that, but shout out. I would have never thought of something like that. So shout out to because I use different thumbnails, but yeah, shout out to that. That's kind of the official podcast thumbnail now. So I do appreciate that. So going forward, that will always be up there. So and if you want to make another one, Super Lumen Hyena, and put your signature on it, please go ahead. Please, go ahead. It's no problem at all. So Rice Eater says they say reason for 30 FPS is because Lumen is not. Well, again, according to them, they can do 60. Again, you got to understand the demo was not optimized. The demo was not optimized. Again, it was just a demonstration of what the PS5 could do. It was short notice. They put that demo together in like 8 months? So are less time than that. So again, according to them being Epic, this is for everybody out there that really like that. For me, that Epic demo, I still watch that. That thing blew me away. I mean, just the color palette. There was nothing new that we saw as far as her climbing and stuff like that. We've seen that 100,000 times, but the fact that it had 8K textures, and so now you know that they can take an engine, in this case Unreal 5, and they can run at 60 frames a second. Again, this is not according to me because that doesn't matter to me. This is what the developers are saying. So, so shout out to them for being able to do it. So says the Lumen in the Land of Nanite demo, which that's what they call it, ran at approximately 1440p and 30 FPS, but apparently the PS5 could easily render most of it at 60 FPS. So it says most of it. So it would be like a dynamic 60 FPS. So it says, as we learned already, Nanite is not particularly taxing on hardware. The entire GPU rendering cost of the demo was about 4.5 milliseconds, which is about 1/4 the time frame budget at 30 FPS or 1/8 at 60 FPS, because again, you're doing double the FPS, so you're gonna double the frame rate budget. So the demo also only used a rather paltry 768 megabytes of RAM. Despite this, the demo is pushing massive numbers of polygons. A single one of the statues seen in the demo, which is right here, those statues that we saw, contain 33 M. I don't know if that's million polygons. I don't know if that's what that means or not. Don't quote me on that, right? 33 M polygons, which most would look like traditional textures, being actually 3D geometry made up of tiny pixel-sized polygons. The statues alone in the scene below, the scene here that we saw, contains 16 billion polygons. So again, this is coming from the developer. I'm just letting you guys know what the PS5 is capable of. So it says, and what about that final showcase moment when the girl soars through the valley? Around 500,000 super high polygon objects are seen during that scene. And Epic says they could quite easily render up to 1 million objects on screen with next-gen hardware. So again, and this goes into the whole, we'll go into this discussion right here too as well. This is part of the same thread. So it says impressive stuff. Now here is the opinion of the article. This is when the article goes from a fact piece to an opinion piece, okay? So it says impressive stuff, although there are some limitations to nanite at the moment. Epic admits that the tech isn't good at rendering translucent or non-ridged materials like grass and hair yet. There's a reason the demo isn't. There's a reason the demo is set in a rocky desert. That said, developers can freely combine nanite with older Unreal Engine tech. I think they were talking about this with the Gears stuff. Again, that's fine. Gears, I think, is on Unreal 4, but they're talking about they can move assets in and out. I think they were talking about this the other day. So you all said it was trash, but I watched it. I thought it was informative. So says Epic also provided some more detail about their lighting solution, Looming. The new tech supports detailed real-time lighting, although it currently doesn't work with mirrored or reflective objects. In other words, it won't be replaced. It won't be replacing ray tracing just yet. It seems Lumen is also more of a resource hog, oink, than nanite. Lumen is the reason the Unreal 5 demo only ran at 30 FPS. Although Epic is hoping they'll be able to get it working at 60 FPS on next-gen platforms. So, says, what do you think? Impressed by Unreal Engine 5? What kind of games are you hoping to see made with new tech? I can speak for myself on this. I was thoroughly impressed by what I saw, to the point where I still watch it. What's up, Trey BK? So, the lighting engine is what they say. Yeah. So, you're going to need them to show proof. Proof of what? So they said the reason for 30 FPS was because of, yeah, that was in the article. Yeah, I'm sorry, that was in the article. What's up, Trey BK? Long time no see. I thought you got mad at me or something. What's up, brother? So GT Game DZ says that 60 FPS is not about the power. You have it all about they want the game to look and play. Well, I mean, again, it's not about, it's about how it's about the resources. Again, what's good is that we now know that they might be able to get that thing to 60, but if they do, because of their engine, it will be 60, probably dynamic. Okay, because that will probably be the best they could do with that type of resource. But again, it's a new engine. They're working with it. Obviously, I'm glad that they have clarified more about it. I was stunned by that demo. If you go back and watch that in 4K, I just couldn't. And the look on Keely's face when he was talking to him, he was just like, wow. I mean, it blew me away. And that demonstration is why you're getting a lot of the conversations that you're getting right now, unfortunately, about what the PlayStation 5 can do, what it is, and what it's not. I just want to add this as an addendum to what I just did, because this is the people going around saying that Epic, Sony paid for different things. And so Tim Sweeney, again, is the Epic, is a big wig at Epic, I believe. And he said that Tim Sweeney says serious discussions about Sony investment only took place after the UE5 demo. So more than likely what happened, and this happens all the time, it's, hey, look, we're building a demonstration on your new machine, and hopefully it impresses you. And Sony was so impressed, they threw $250 million at them. So yeah, but again, I was impressed by the demo, for what I saw, what the capability of the new technology is going to possibly bring. And that's what got me excited about the demo. So, but what do you guys think of the demo? Did it blow you away? Somebody says, what now? What do I think about Ubisoft saying Valhalla and Watch Dogs will be 4K 60 on Series X, but can't confirm, same for other systems? I never saw them say Valhalla was going to be 4K 60. I mean, for me, it's going to be 60 because I'm going to get it on PC. So, I mean, again, when did they say it was going to be 4K 60 on Series X? I mean, that's news. I thought it was 4K 30 on all consoles, but I could be wrong. I mean, again, like I said, I was at work Thursday and Friday, so somebody can correct me if I'm wrong on that. It's not the end of the world, but again, I'm playing it. I like the Assassin's Creed. Now, let me make this clear. I didn't play those side scrollers. I mean, I don't like my side scrolling days are over. I will make an exception for some games based on tradition, but scrolling to the side I can't do. So let's see here. So the demo was designed. They said it only streams at some. Well, again, here's the thing. If that's what they're saying, I can't remember what they said, but if that's what they're claiming, and that's it. That's the end of it. I don't know when we've gotten to a point where people are actually questioning what developers are saying at this point. That's crazy. So I don't get it. So so they didn't say Valhalla was 4K on Series X. Yeah, I mean, I didn't think they did, but like I said, I was off Thursday and Friday, so I was completely out of the loop. I got home Thursday night. I took a shower, ate a Hot Pocket. I literally checked my email, and it was next thing I know, it was 8:50, and I was climbing back in the bed to start resting because my alarm goes off early, people. That alarm goes off at 4:45 in the morning. I'm out the door at 5:15. So yeah, I didn't think Valhalla. I thought Valhalla was always going to be 4K. The fact that they can get it to 4K though is the improvement. Do you see what I'm saying? I know they said it was going to be 4K native on the Series X, but I always thought it was going to be 60. Now maybe there's something else. I know there was somebody else. Are you talking about Far Cry 6? They said something about Far Cry 6 being 4K 60 on Series X, but couldn't confirm. So maybe that's what you're talking about. But again, Tim Sweeney, again, just in closing, all these people running around saying that, oh, well, you can't, the only reason why Epic did what they did was because Sony paid them. No, Sony didn't pay them until afterwards. That's the end of the discussion. So, Craig, what did your GameStop friend tell you what Xbox will show on Thursday? Oh, well, I mean, again, most of Thursday's show is for the rebirth of Halo. They're gonna talk about how and it's gonna be mostly games. It's not gonna be a lot of business there, but it's gonna be games after games after games. They will come out and say here are games running on Series X. But he said that they have Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the flight sim game, Fable, Splinter Cell. Let's see here. They have a race. I think he said Forza will be there. Some of the new studio stuff. Rare's going to show what they're working on. This stuff like that, games. And like I said, I mean, the only game I'm interested in is the flight sim game. So, and I'm buying that. The flight sim game is 30 days away, and I'm going to pre-order it. Let's see here on August 7th. I ought to be getting that, and I'm getting my motherboard. So, so I found a motherboard for $109, and it goes on sale on Saturday the 25th. I can order it on the 25th. So, Ice Queen says she didn't sleep well last night. Just having coffee with milk. Now you're talking. So yeah, but again, this as an addendum, I wanted people to know this article's out here. This is on WCC Tech, and let me pull this down. There, you can see it up here. WCC Tech. Here's my board that I'm looking at. So all this up here is stuff that I've looked at. I've looked at here. I've looked at this board. I've looked at this monitor. So. That's what I'm shopping for right now. That's kind of the priority. Yeah, Best Buy had a big sale this weekend. I went in there to buy some stuff. Trash. Only thing I ended up getting was a bottle of Gatorade. So, apparently, I don't know if you know who this guy is on Twitter. Said not Tim Sweeney. Actually, anytime his name is mentioned, he actually looks at it. you know, here's what I said back in May below. Seriously, serious investment discussions followed from the Unreal Engine 5 demo we showed on PS5. I guess they liked it. So again, that's what happened. Okay. So, and that's what I'm talking about. They did something, you know, that Sony liked. Sony gave them some cash, invested in their company. So, I mean, Sony will now get a taste of that Unreal money when it's, because Unreal is going to be used by everybody. So Sony will now get a part of it. So yeah, Ghost of Tsushima is lit. Says Flight Sim going to be a pain to run on PC. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. This is why I want a 2080 at this point. I want that 2080. But yeah, I will be running it. Looks like at 1080p 60, and that's where I'll be at, which is fine. You know, but yeah, if you want all the bells and whistles, yeah, you're going to need what, a Ryzen 2700X and a 2080, and that's an insane build. That pretty much is that's a high build at this point. So wow. So shout out to them. So what's up, Eric? How you doing? Camel Wheel, how are you doing, sir? Hit that like button as you come in. So but yeah, you're right. It's a pain in you know what. So it's gonna put the hurt. Yeah, I got my SSD for it. I mean, that was recommended. But yeah, it recommended what, 16 gigabytes of RAM. So I got 8 more gigs of RAM here. I just have to get my motherboard. So I'm wanting my PC in the shop on August 7th. Okay, so I mean that's just the way it's gonna have to be. So, but yeah, you're right about the specs. I'm not looking forward for the specs at all. But that was the first story. So we will move to the second story. Let's see here. This again is from WCC Tech, and this is about Xbox Live Gold. Now I don't know much about Gold. I will admit that. Xbox has so many subscription services, it's pathetic. But you all didn't know Xbox Live Gold yearly subs no longer available. Now it says the speculation big change is incoming. Now I don't know if they're going to announce this Thursday afternoon when they do it. Shout out to Rice Eater for the $2 holler. I appreciate it. That means Sony actually had no part in the Unreal Engine 5 demo. Well, in a sense they did. It's built on their hardware. But yeah, as far as it being a quid pro quo, no, there was no quid pro quo. So quid pro quo is I'll do something for you, you got to do something for me. So that's why the president got impeached. For all you all who are here from around the world, Trump got impeached for quid pro quo. So, so you Matador says Splinter Cell, that's nice. I'll buy it on PS5. Well, I meant Perfect Dark, not Splinter Cell. The Splinter Cell clone. So, but so yeah, I'm not for sure what they had in, but there was no quiz. Shout out to Rice Eater 79 for the $2 holla, by the way. Definitely appreciate it. It's all going to my motherboard, so that takes care of half of it, and I do appreciate that. So that puts me at $50 exactly, and my motherboard is $109. So I think, or it's $149. But anyway, like I said, that 1/3 of it's taken care of. So I'll go ahead and pull the trigger on that next week. That's exciting for me. All right, but all right. So there's no more games with gold allegedly. As you can see, this is the Xbox Series X right here. Says for around 15 years now, playing online games on an Xbox console has required a subscription to Xbox Live Gold. Now, maybe this is that paywall people have been talking about. Maybe it's coming down. I'm not saying it's not. It's just not. I don't know. They have Gold. They have Game Pass. They've got a gazillion subscriptions. So, so it says it's nice. Both Microsoft competitors have copied with services like PS Plus and Nintendo Switch Online. And most console gamers have resigned themselves to the fact that this will always be the way of things. Or will it? The times may be a-changing. Recently, fans noticed that 12-month Xbox Live Gold subscriptions were no longer being offered through the Microsoft stores. The folks at Inverse got in touch with the Microsoft rep who confirmed yearly subs have been taken off the table. So again, I don't know what that means. So it's a rather odd move considering the fact that most serious online gamers tend to sign up for 12-month stints as they represent by far the best bargain. Why would Microsoft take away yearly subscriptions? Could it be that Xbox Gold won't exist as we currently know it for much longer? That's what many are speculating, okay? Says in a recent article, generally reliable insider Jeff Grubb, aka Grub Snacks, seemed to hint things were afoot. So says here it also seems like the right time for Microsoft to talk about the future of Xbox Live Gold. That service is starting to feel a bit outdated. Maybe it's time to phase it out. So again, these are maybes and mights and possibilities. So again, this is speculation. But Jeff Grubb, aka Grub Stacks, he was a guest on Marlin Gaming Nation. I want to say Friday, the 17th. So go check out that interview Marlin did with him. So, but it says here, Xbox Game Pass upgrade Go Ultimate. Yeah, because this is still on my PC. So this is I'll definitely have to wait and see what happens. But it says here Microsoft already offers Game Pass and Go together. This is what I have on PC. It's called the Ultimate Game Pass or whatever it's called. So it says that making that combination standard would make a certain amount of sense. So this would save me money. Since Microsoft is all about Game Pass these days, and this would be a way to take the service to the next level. Again, the service, they're a service-based console. They're a service-based thing at this point. People have got to. I'm over that now. Their own community has got to get over that. The Series X, Xbox X ain't even. Look, they're phasing the Xbox X out, and it's not even 3 years old. So, that's sad to me, man. All that trash talking, all that the beast is coming, and you can't handle 6 T-flops and all that kind of stuff. So, again, it is what it is. So, what's going on, Rocky Barber? How are you doing this morning, young man? How are you doing? So you don't see, Game Editor says he doesn't see Xbox is going to drop Xbox L Go. You now have to buy a monthly or 3-month fee. Possibly. I'm not here to say you're wrong. I have to wait for more information to come in. So, when does the 3000 series cards come out? I thought they were coming out this fall, but I could be wrong. Remember, they did say that the 2080s Moore's Law is dead was saying to sell your 2070s and 2080s. So, Blaze 4K said he's going to get the 3000 card, and when he does, he's going to sell me his. So, what's up, Paul G? Yeah, he's going to sell me his for $350. So I'm offering $300 because I don't want to pay for nothing. So I'm offering him $300, take it or leave it. So True 4K. Yeah, I mean, they came up with all that stuff. So they were trying to just say, they even said Microsoft made a mistake with True 4K. I'm like, how did they make a mistake? This goes to show you the level of lying that these guys will go to is crazy. So it's to defend what Microsoft is doing. So and it's not all of them. Let's just be 100% clear about that. So we'll move on to our next story, which I'm glad that Sony did talk about the other day with Jeff Keighley about this was done on the 18th. This article's from the 18th, but Sony says it's not going to surprise people with PS5 orders. So it is what it is, people. There's not going to be. We're not going to go through what we went through the other day when people were saying, check Amazon, check Target, check Walmart, check PlayStation Store. That's what it was like. Check Myers, check Costco. It was just, and people were running around like a bunch of Mexican jumping beans. So, and it's stupid. So, Rocky Barber just got off work. So, wow. You are the man working last night. Ugh. Game Never said he's still playing Horizon Zero Dawn, and you're going to work on The Last of Us Part 2. Well, you got a big, yeah, I know the feeling. I've beaten both Horizon and The Last of Us Part 2. Last of Us Part 2 is the best gaming experience I've ever had. Ghost of Tsushima is just a great palate cleanser after that. Very bloody as well. It's bloody too. So it's a shame that AMD doesn't have something like DLSS 2.0. That's the true 4K. Well, I have to wait and see what Navi does. Okay, let's wait and see what Navi does. So don't be shocked if they don't have something similar to that. Again, it's not, and this is why you get the 2060. Okay, if I had the 2060, I would just put everything in 1080p, but you turn on that deep DLSS. You see what I'm saying? And that to me would be fine enough. So, but that's me. I mean, I guess in theory, I could have gotten the 2060 instead of getting, but again, I can't believe what NVIDIA is doing to people. So, oh, you're an emergency dispatcher? Oh boy, yeah. My friend's wife, our fiance, that's what she does. She went back to school and got her RN degree as well. So, so Sony's marketing director punched Phil Spencer in the mouth. Yeah, and again, don't get me wrong. While I'm glad he did say something, I was saying it's just a Marlin Gaming show. Something had to be said because Phil Spencer was taking all these ad hominem attacks. I mean, he was making all these ad hominem attacks. So again, Microsoft doesn't believe in generations anymore, and that's who they are. Now, again, that's not who I am, but if you're okay with that, that's fine. They want none of the whole you got to go buy a Series X to play this game, which to me makes more sense because you take advantage of the new hardware. If you're not going to do that, then why are you even having this gaming thing? You're going to say, well, these are the games running on Series X. And you're going to try to sell Series X without selling it. That's just dumb, man. I don't get it. But hey, look, I don't let it frustrate me anymore. So Microsoft has pulled rugs under their consumers. They have been doing that. Yeah, the RDNA 2 has machine learning, so similar scaling tech could be. Yeah, it probably has something like that. They just can't call it machine learning because NVIDIA calls it machine learning. But we'll have to wait and see. That not everything is known about the consoles. That's the whole thing, is that, will we get some more inside information on Series X on Thursday? Will Sony finally do their, quote, deep dive in August? We'll have to wait and see. So you're working to get the platinum in all of them games in one sitting. Well, Horizon Zero Dawn's platinum is tough. That is tough. As Destiny 2 expansion had been delayed until November. Because the Destiny 2 is they're going to be 60 frames per second, I thought. So we have to wait and see though. So no, I mean, again, I would at this point, if you can go buy an Xbox X for $199 somewhere, I recommend buying it. I've said that multiple times though. I recommend buying an Xbox X for $199 because you can play all their games on console and get Game Pass and just do it like that, So I mean, I thought about it for like 10 seconds. I'm like, well, I got a PC. I got no reason to do that. But again, this is Sony says it won't surprise reveal PS5 pre-orders, which I think is great news. They are going to let us all know we can get ready to buy one. So this takes a lot of angst out of me because, again, I work 12 hours. When I'm at work, I can't get on to Amazon site. I guess in theory I could log in, but I don't want to be ordering stuff from work because then I won't get nothing done. So, yeah, that's the way I roll on that one. So, but we will move to our next story, which is this one. Now, there was some stuff going on online yesterday, and I wanted to update Deathloop, which is a game that was shown at the PlayStation gaming event. This for all you all interested in, can the PS5 do 60 frames a second? According to the developer, Deathloop runs at 4K 60 FPS on the PlayStation 5. Deathloop confirmed for 4K 60 on PS5. One of the first to push 60 FPS on PlayStation 5. Now, this article is from Thursday, I believe. And again, this is look, a lot of the games they showed at the Sony presser were independent games, which again, Sony got criticized for abandoning independent developers. But again, I just wanted to show this to you guys so that you guys know that a new game, again, a new IP, Deathloop is a new IP, I believe. It is going to be 60 frames per second. Now, we'll have to wait and see what it turns out and when it comes out. But again, it will be something that if you want to buy, you can go ahead and do that. So it says Microsoft Next Gen is a lie. Microsoft will have a bunch of Assassin's Creed Valhalla as current gen games in 4K 60. Okay, but again, I don't know why that's okay. Feel butt hurt all the same. Well, again, I'm not going to feel butt hurt because I'm a PC and I'll play everything at 60. So I'm fine. I'm fine. You know, whatever. That's why I was telling people yesterday, I'm not going to watch the stream and I'm off on Thursday. I got to work Monday, Tuesday. Then I'm off till Saturday, baby. I got 3 days. I got a sabbatical. So, but yeah, it is what it is. So it is what it is. Zaddy. I love it. I like that. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, so you're going to buy Deathloop. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, again, I plan on looking into it, definitely. I plan on looking into it. So, yeah. But, again, it's going to run at 60 frames per second according to the developer, blah, blah, blah. So, for all you clowns that are still going back and forth on what the PS5 can do, what it can't do, there's just – I always default to the developers, and I'd leave the conversation alone. Just let them argue with the developers. I've said before that I think King Thrash spoke the gospel. It really spoke to me when he said these guys don't have games, so the social media back and forth is their game. Okay, because they got nothing to play, so they're on social media picking fights, saying things that are not true, like RDX was saying about Spider-Man the other day. You know, and they're actively saying things are not true to undermine the PS5, so people won't go buy it. They'll go buy an Xbox because that's what they want. They want you to buy an Xbox, okay? So, and it's not going to happen, and so it's PlayStation's lying. PlayStation's anti-consumer. Meanwhile, Microsoft is giving us options and telling us the truth. Really? The same Microsoft that told you that the Xbox X was the future of gaming as what? Discontinued the Xbox X. The same Xbox that said they were going to get high fidelity VR. Where is it? Now, for all I know, they're going to announce it on Thursday. My understanding is they've got some kind of deal with Facebook because with Facebook gaming, they might be able to do some Oculus gaming. That's just fine. But I desperately want Xbox to have a VR system. I mean, they're really missing out on some really cool games. So, but again, this for the record, Deathloop confirmed 4K 60 FPS for PS5. Again, we'll have to wait and see if that's what they stick to. But for all you idiots out there still fighting the good fight for Uncle Phil, you know, it is what it is. But let's see here. Let's go to the last story here, which is something that this got my attention yesterday. Let me share this with you all. In case you didn't know, Phil Spencer says that companies should help each other grow. Console wars are counterproductive. Yeah, Lancel Paul. That's why we call him Jack Reacher. I don't pay him any attention anymore. So I don't. He actually blocked me on Twitter, which is fine because I don't listen to him anymore. Dude's full. He's full of shit. And again, that's the way he wants to run his channel. And I'm not gonna knock a man's hustle, but the fact that I used to do podcasts with him is that's what pissed me off because the guy is just a fraud at this point. So when Phil Spencer is saying that gaming companies should help each other grow, console wars are counterproductive. So this is it. This is the throwing in the towel. Xbox is done. They've given up. I mean, and that's the big threat to these fanboys is that. So speaking to the Washington Post, Spencer, Xbox boss Phil Spencer said that the idea behind console wars is counterproductive for the games industry and that game companies should help each other grow rather than compete on the basis of my piece of plastic is better than your piece of plastic. Oh my God, that's from Phil Spencer. So it says here, speaking to the Washington Post, Spencer decried the mentality of those who bask in the failure of a company or its product and said that he doesn't see others in the entertainment industry like movie executives hoping for their rivals to fail. That's not true. Okay, I can tell you, somebody who covers the movie industry, that's a lie. That is not true. What they don't want the other group people to fail. They don't want them to do as good as they're doing. Okay, Kevin Feige doesn't want the DC universe to fail. He does, however, want the DC universe not to be as good as the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but he doesn't want it to fail. Says here that this is Phil Spencer. These are in quotes. So these are for all these idiots out there doing the console war thing. Says the idea that in order for the industry to grow, some companies must succeed and others must fail. It doesn't help gaming reach the potential it should. We should be driven to help gaming as an industry grow, for creators to take the biggest risk they can. When a great game comes out, we should applaud it, whether it's for PC, PlayStation, or on Switch. We should focus on now that I agree with. We should focus on the industry that we love and and see it continue to grow. And we should protect it from the issues that it does have. If we're going to spend energy, let's go spend it on those things. Not my piece of plastic is better than your piece of plastic. I don't think that's a productive conversation. So that's what do you guys think about that? I'll take that. I'll leave that up there. Actually, I just took it down. So let me go here. Let me put that there. So this is, to me, this is them throwing in the towel. This is them saying that they don't want nothing. They don't want no smoke. Somebody just gave me a $2. It says, yeah, I mean, again, to me, he's moist. I mean, to sit up there and make the accusations that he makes and not having anything to back it up, that's a problem. So, did I see Xbox Store card by Seagate? No, I did not see that. I did not see that. So, I did not see that. So, so it says you can see Michael Jackson in South Park saying counterproductive. That's just, well, again, I'm just saying that this is on him. This is on Phil Spencer. This is not. I'm just asking you guys, what do you think about what he's saying? Do you think it's counterproductive? I mean, I don't maybe this is why he's running around saying these things. So, hold on, I'm getting a message. So, there's that. Yep. So there's that. I am now sending me another message. I'm just waiting for her message to come through. It's just writing these little bubbles. Oh well. But what do you all think about what Phil Spencer said? Rice Eater with the $2 holla, talking about console war, pushing games that would never been made. There's a good point. That is true. That is true. Good point, Rice Eater. BJ, shout out to BJ for the $5 holler. Says, good morning, Craig. Just a little support for your channel and the entertaining tweets. Oh yeah, the tweeting thing yesterday. I mean, it's ridiculous yesterday. But like I said before, I believe in what King Thrash said. It really spoke to me, and I believe these guys look at Twitter as their game, okay? Because they don't have no games to play. When I see the people on PlayStation taking screenshots and taking short movie videos, if you want to call them that, about from Ghost of Tsushima, and they're still taking screenshots of The Last of Us and MLB The Show and Final Fantasy stuff. When I see them doing that, and the Xbox community talking about, well, this is going to be only RDNA 1 and this is RDNA 2. I mean, it's embarrassing at that point. Is the statement recent? Yeah, that Phil Spencer made. Yeah, that was made in the last 72 hours. So that was part of and that was the Washington Post. Okay, that's the Washington Post. That's a mainstream newspaper. And again, I personally have said that I thought Microsoft One was going to be a more service-based console. That's what it is. I thought, the fact that they are discontinuing the world's most powerful console and are discontinuing the diskless, I think the Xbox diskless version. What I think because I think they're going to replace them with the Series X and the Lockhart. I think the Lockhart will be their digital system, and it gives me hope that the Lockhart is only going to be, maybe $249, and so that gives me hope for that. So I hope it is. So Phil's a moist scrub. Yeah, y'all are terrible. Oh man. There we go. So yeah, these are moist scrubs. Fake tech guys, caping for Phil. Well, again, I mean, D-Batch got his cheeks busted by a developer the other day. It was so funny that it's just kind of like, well, these guys are going to lie because they think the lie is normal. They just think it's okay. So, it is what it is. I mean, even Andre Clay yesterday, or Andrew Clay, that's what he was saying, is that, it doesn't matter what I say. It does. So, it does. So, so he's just setting the ground for crossplay issue. Let's exchange exclusive. Well, yeah, Mr. Panico, shout out to your brother. I've always said, now I don't know how long you've been on the podcast, and people can hit a 1 if they remember me saying this on this podcast and multiple podcasts. I think Game Pass will come to PS5 eventually. Okay, I've said that for at least 18 months. So, but again, that's not me getting on my high horse. I've actually said that on my podcast, on Big Cloud's podcast, on Porter Rock's podcast. I think that it's going to come. It's just a matter of time. So, so the neutral gamer would love to echo his sentiment. There's no such thing as a neutral gamer. Okay, there's no such thing as a neutral gamer. So it says it's not. If being neutral means that I have all the hardware, that's technically not being neutral. But being neutral means that, hey, I play 2 hours on Xbox, I play 2 hours on PlayStation, I play 2 hours on PC. But when you hear people say that, I play on Xbox, but I don't like PC, well, it's the same damn thing. I promise you, my new Xbox gamepad that I have plugged right into my PC, and I started playing Mass Effect 3 with that gamepad that I showed you all last week. So that's the reality of it. So they just don't want to play on PC, and therefore there goes their neutrality, because they have a preference. Somebody who's neutral will be like, I like ice cream. I prefer cookies and cream ice cream. That's my preference. Okay. So, but it doesn't make me neutral that I like the ice cream. I still have a preference. So what's going on, Jam? Was it Jam Nazo? How you doing? So enjoying my non-biased takes. Yeah, and so I appreciate that. So yeah, I'm non-biased because everything I say, I source. I absolutely source, and I'll tell you whether it's speculation or not. And I try to stay away from speculation, so I appreciate that. At the end of the day, people do have preferences. It doesn't matter if I go to the store, I want Doritos. It's not that I won't eat Cheetos or Fritos. That's just I prefer Doritos. Rice Eater with the other $5 holler, God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, Demon Souls. What is it, Demon Souls or Dark Souls? He said, thus no Souls games at all, etc. would not exist if Sony wasn't trying to sell hardware, thus investing that kind of AAA budget. Good observation. That's a great point. That's a great point. Well, Horizon Zero Dawn will run on a regular PS4 as well. But so would God of War. But yeah, Sony invested in their first-party studios, and that's why Sony got to where they are by investing in their first-party studios. They're not going to stop investing in them. The same with Nintendo. Nintendo's all about that first party, Mario and Wario and Donkey. I keep saying Donkey Kong. The rest of that stuff, Duck Hunt, all the games, Zelda, all that stuff, Pokemon, all that. You like Bug Snacks? Talking about Bug Snacks. So Bug Snacks did its job. That's all I can say because people are still talking about it. Shout out to Rice Eater. Thanks for the $5 holler. I do appreciate that, brother. Again, like I said, it's going to the CPU board, the motherboard. So it says you need to get your PS3 back. Okay, you the man on that one. So I never had the PS3. I had a 360. I had such a good time on my 360 that I stopped watching college football game day. Okay, I would get up. You got to understand that. I would get up at 8 o'clock in the morning. I go to Kroger. I get some chips and salsa. I get some chips and salsa. I would get something to drink. I would get some hamburger, and I would have the poor man's tailgate. I quit doing that because I was enjoying playing games like Fallout 3 and Oblivion and stuff like that, Skyrim, just all these games on the 360. And so, yeah, I stopped. There was no reason to get a PS3, none at all. So, and I still don't want a PS3. All right, Ice Queen, I will be doing a podcast my next one will be Wednesday. So probably Wednesday. Well, I don't know. I'll be tired on Wednesday, but I'll do one Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Just let me know what a good time is for you. Forza wouldn't exist without GT. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, Forza is Microsoft's answer to Gran Turismo. You're right. Forza wasn't the answer to Need for Speed or Ridge Racer. That's a very good point. I don't disagree with that. So your 80 gig Fat Boy PS3 is still running. There you go. Sonic wouldn't exist without Mario. No, you're right. You're right. Alabama Jones, roll tide roll. Are we going to get a college football season? Or are they not going to play? I don't think they're playing. That's just my opinion. I don't think they're playing because they can't tailgate. And, you're going to have all kind of problems with that. So no tailgating, So just letting you know. So, yeah, God, man, it's 10 o'clock. Man, where'd the time go? GT's is superior. I agree. That's a matter of opinion. GT, to me, is the best racing game out there. But that's just my opinion. Okay, that is my opinion. So, but yeah, that is it for this podcast. Phil Spencer throwing in the towel. I love it. I think the fact that Phil has thrown in the towel is the way it should be. So, shout out to everybody that's playing Ghost of Tsushima. So, people want to know how did Ghost of Tsushima get an 83. It's just that's an 8 out of 10. And an 83 is really good. Anything 80 and above for a brand new IP, I'm talking about a brand new IP, guys. With Ghost of Tsushima, mine came with a code to put in to get some stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the game over, but I'm going to put that code in. So then I'm going to have the new game. Says, yes, it says all SEC football season. That's all that matters. I mean, that's fine. I mean, I'm glad they're going to be doing something. Because right now we should be. I know the NFL camp. They report what the rookies report. Is it the 21st? The rookies report, and then the veterans report what on the 24th? Something like that. Rocky Barber says it's only 8 over here in Denver. Now you're talking. Now you're talking. So yeah, pretty much. So Rice either says this should really be alarming to Xbox fans, but they are tone dead. Look, I'm not. Look, I hope they're. Thing on the 23rd is big, but when that's going on, I'll be playing Ghost of Tsushima. That's all I can say. You can't find it anywhere. Well, Paul, I know that they only put out enough to cover the pre-orders. That's why I remember on the 13th, I did my podcast the 13th. I'm like, I'm walking up to the store right now to remember I said that I'm going right now to go ahead and put this in reserve. To go ahead and do that. So you traded off your 500 gig PS3 sim. Well, see, I traded my 360 for my PS4 in 2014. And then a couple years later, my girlfriend bought me that Pro. So, so I'm like, oh, that's fine. You want to buy it for me? I guess I got rid of my Slim the next day. So, yeah. I mean, again, it's obvious to me at this point with Phil saying that he wants to put games on the PlayStation. So there you go. Says you got yours digital. Okay. Yeah, see, I did. I don't have. See, I got more digital games than I thought. I didn't think I had that many digital games. I got Witcher. I got Assassin's Creed. I got Heavy Rain. I got Beyond Two Souls. Now I disagree with Sick. Sick Humor said that Beyond Two Souls is his favorite David Cage game. And to me, that game is sorry. Now, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm playing it wrong. Maybe it's just too slow. But the other games had a fast start. Beyond starts way too slow. And maybe it's just me. Let's see. Well, Danny, who cares what he says, bro? You got to just I just shrug my shoulders at this point. So, but guys, I'm going to get off here because it is 10 a.m. and I got some other stuff I'm going to be doing. And I got to get up and do the 3 S's and start playing some more Ghost of Tsushima. So, who cares about what he says for everybody out there? So, yeah, you figured they were going to start doing something. So, let's see here. Again, he's not in. I'm just looking at my timeline. He's not in my timeline. So, again, that whole thing yesterday was. Oh, okay. I see the whole Seagate thing now. So, wow. Shout out to Gaminator. Thanks for sending me that. So, let's see here. Yeah, he's out. But that whole thing yesterday was pathetic. That guy is already backing off his story. So just crazy. Just nuts. So, but guys, I'm going to get on off here. Yeah, I'm not going to go on another tangent. So I do appreciate you all coming. Shout out to everybody for the super chat. And thank you for the questions. Everybody have a good Sunday. Everybody stay blessed and stay safe. Peace.